reason they need to do it because a lot of the way that we approach things has changed. The kind of old world of advertising has changed for most of my clients, that interruptive world. We're now at a world which is probably a little bit broken from an advertising point of view. We've got an increased number of platforms, fragmentation, we've got budgets are getting smaller, expectations are getting higher, everybody wants to do more for less. The city wants to see greater returns on that money all the time. We're finding that digital is actually an addition to other campaigns, so you're having to try and do more with less all the time. At the same time, you're always getting less eyeballs for your money. There's less time and less budget spent on creativity. We're finding lots of digital platforms and lots of digital advertising doesn't work quite as well as we'd hoped in the world. We've got generational shifts away from things like television. We also have the fact that, on the whole, people don't love ads, and therefore, kind of out of all of this mess, the idea of engagement seems to rise quite phoenix-like for lots of advertisers. It mirrors a lot of stuff that Kieran was talking about, that idea of having a purpose and a value exchange. So that sense of connection is really important for my clients because it helps them engage with consumers and therefore helps drive sales. From me, when I think about connection, again, I find myself mirroring something that Kieran was talking about, which is the world's changed and we see that there's a lot of technology and things are hugely complex. And you've gone from a world where you used to know everything and being good meant that you used to know everything. And now being good means that you have to know what you don't know. And I work in a world where it's very much about cooperation and collaboration, and there's a big focus on team and organizational culture, which means as an individual I become very much more self-aware about how I work with others and the importance of working with others. And I find, quite ironically but pleasingly, that the more complex and the more digital my work becomes, the more human the experience of developing it becomes. And I think that's what connection means to me.
All right, thank you. Scott, your turn.
So I'm Scott from Digital Infusions, and essentially who we are is when a lot of organisations come into this space, they've got no idea where to begin, they've got no idea what it means to them or how to get value out of it or why they should even care, to be honest, is the other one. So we're the people that we get called in to help organisations that are either at anywhere along the adoption path, so they're either beginners or they're well established, but they're still trying to make sense of how they can get more out of digital and social